Well, here we are once again, Warlords Battlecry. As you know, this is post-hoc commentary. I cannot commentary while I play the game. Missions take over an hour, and there are sometimes some problems with that. And I want to speed up the progress of the mission so that you guys aren't sitting here any longer than at least 30 minutes, or at the most 30 minutes. The thing about this is that these loading screens, this screen right here, and the main menu are always in 800 by 600. And so when I play the game here, I'll let you listen to this for a minute.
That is Elfwine's cave. If you reach it, he may help us with the Minotaurs.
More likely a dragon in that cave than a priest. This elf is leading us to our doom.
Sir, this girl would not lie. Perhaps we should send some men to the cave to gain this priest's aid.
That is Elfwine's cave. You have my word. If I lie, you may strike me down.
I suggest we deal with these minotaurs before we anger whatever creature lives in that cave. And if there is no priest elf, I'll take your head as a trophy.
And that's basically it. You actually have to get her to the cave, not men. And now, of course, we're at ×2 speed. Now, about the resolution, the menus, here you have to do this in a specific order, really, because you need to know where the mines are, which are over here. You have to get them, and they're being guarded by basilisks and some goblins and things. Basically, the orc faction with a little bit, the minotaur faction. I started the game with 2 of these wizards and 1 peasant, which is really good because the white wizards are healers. And your heroes, as you can see, my hero is basically, you know, in the yellow right now. But with 2 priests, I can actually heal him and use him several times over, and that's quite useful. I'm having my peasant guy build the town hall, upgrade the town hall, and then build the barracks up here somewhere. Then I'm having my hero down here convert these mines because you need the resources, and I need to clear out around this mountain area because they love sending peasants to build towers, and once they build towers, if you don't have knights, you're kind of screwed. Now you can build siege weapons, but it requires a level 4 keep, and that's kind of hard to get. At least early to mid-game. Mid-game to late game, it's fine. But what you have to do really is upgrade to level 2, build the archery range. And while you're building the archery range, there's 3 mines up here. You'll want to convert, build the archery range, and build some lancers. They're just good fodder. You need some fodder. And as he's converting, and you're building the archery range, once you build the archery range, then you can, you should have about 10 lancers, and then pikemen, then build about 10 of those archers. I'm trying to goad them out a little bit at a time. So he's going to build another stables because level 3 is what you need to build knights, and you need knights if you're not going to go the siege weapon route. And if you get siege weapons, you by that point have the ability to make knights, and knights are better than siege weapons. They just are. So here I am. Here's the enemy hero trying to convert. I don't actually kill him this round, I don't think. And I healed. You have to heal. Keep on top of that. Yeah, they want to just run him down to the ends of the earth. I'm like, nah, just chill, come back. Minotaurs can't heal. They're people, so that becomes a little bit more difficult to keep the Minotaurs healthy. But they can eat sheep. They actually make sheep pens for that purpose. And you make sheep, you build them, and then eat them. That's how they heal, because they don't have wizards. So here, you have to... yeah, I convert that mine up there, that gold mine, but right now it's just a waiting game. I think I built 1 more peasant, but because the other one died when they were sacking that barracks, and I need to make sure I have 500 gold so that I can upgrade the town hall to level 3, and that's how you get knights. I know there's a bunch of basilisks around here, and minotaur kind of what do you want to call them, grunts. So, and my heroes actually suffer a lot, but you want to build the market probably. And you do want to get healed, but I want to put my wizards kind of in the back, you know. I want to get the upgrades, like right there. I want to make sure I can build level 3 keep, because I need knights. I don't want to build mercenaries, they're just not worth it. For 100 more gold, you build knights. I mean, for 50 more gold, you build knights. Once you have this mountain, you're pretty much, that's your staging point. And they like to harass you. Here comes the hero again, but with my wizards, I'm actually in a good position. I almost had him right there. But don't worry, he dies later, of course. After I build all those, it's like, okay, I might as well upgrade the pikemen because I'm using them. So now I'm just scouting around because there he goes. He sacks my mines. So I'm gonna try to repair it. They love to harass you around that mountain. That's their favorite area. So you need some troops or the ability to heal, and they really can sack your pikemen and archers pretty easily. So I'm like, okay, let's start upgrading. And see right there, I don't have enough pikemen or archers to actually deal with those. Their basic grunts are stronger than my basic grunts. That's one of the main features of the Minotaurs. Really, they seem to have stronger units in general. But my heroes and healers are doing well, and now I'm starting to do equal numbers, archers and pikemen, just as grunts, as home base protection. So now they have all the mines going down. It's time to just try to build stuff. So there's the monastery you need to build knights, and it's just a waiting game. You can't sack the enemy base without about 5 knights and the ability to heal. I didn't actually build the library because I don't think I ever upgraded to level 4, or if I did upgrade the cube to level 4, but yeah, see, look, they love to harass you. They love to fucking build right there. They do it all the time. And if you don't keep track of them around that plateau, they will build there. I've had them build towers there. Okay, there you go. Queue up 5 knights. Get them before. Now, I could have built a second stables and build the knights faster, but the gold isn't exactly the fastest item to acquire, so it's actually in my best interest to build them kind of slowly. But those 3 upgrades didn't require gold. They were just ore, stone, and crystals. And your knights benefit greatly from them, so. And by the time you get 5 knights, you'll have probably those 3 upgrades done, or close to it. And the next upgrade I really want to get is the archer upgrade for 800 gold and 1,000 crystals, but I don't get that until a little bit later. But my peasants start building towers around that plateau just for line of sight, and of course you want to keep them healed. I'm like, okay, I have those 2 upgrades done. I'm gonna probably start building some more towers. Yeah, just basically for line of sight. And they stop to try and fight them. So, you know, my hero doesn't actually get a lot of EXP. I don't mind them actually sacking those towers. It keeps them occupied. And once you deal with the initial harassment waves, they are slow to send any more. And that's to your benefit. And of course, look, my hero is almost dead, so I'm like, okay, who has the group heal? It's not charged yet. I hate those fatties right there. They remind me of the ogres of Warcraft 2. They probably are the same concept. Aha, see, his peasants wanted to come and start probably smacking my mines. I'm watching my HP here. I'm like, okay, my hero is almost dead. The basilisk can be a problem when it comes to that. But then I'm swapping them out. I'm like, okay, she can actually fight pretty well. She's level 4. So throw her out there. Wait for my healing. And there you go, 5, 10 of each. I've got 2 knights now. And see, all 3 of those upgrades are done. Or not. I mean, then I'm like, okay, well, the market can get me faster resources. This is also why you need archers. Because knights cannot fight flying units. It's impossible. And the flying units they harass your knights. Oh, see, he built a tower. I wasn't keeping on top of building towers around the plateau, so he built a tower there. And now it's like, okay, well, I gotta send the knights in to sack it. I have 2 knights now, and that is enough to take out a tower. But there you go. But it's only enough to really take it out if you have healing. I should not have built the foundry there, because it actually blocks me from completing the mission later, and I have to figure out a way to get past it. Okay, I'm like, okay, I have a sacking group right now. I got 2 knights. The knights are the only thing that can actually take abuse from these towers. I'm like, okay, well, he's invading my plateau area, so this is probably time to take the fight to him. I don't have the final upgrade for the archers, but what are you gonna do, right? And there he goes. He's harassing me again with his orc fatties. And yes, I do lose, you know, quite a few archers and things here. And because of the fatties he's got, I didn't have enough knights to deal with it and be the shield, so then I'm thinking, okay, I gotta restock. The building of the towers is a balancing act because of the 300 gold it takes. So I'm like, okay, I can build a tower here, here. I'm trying to get upgrades that I'm trying to build. That's why I didn't build a second barracks or a second stables, because yeah, I could have made troops faster, but it would have exhausted my gold, and I wouldn't have had enough gold for the towers. And you really do need these towers. I'm like, oh, okay, you want to harass that? That one guy is not really enough to be much of a threat. You do want to keep your heroes at base, because if any 4 of those heroes die, the mission's over. And for some reason, for a long time, I had problems with this mission. Not because I didn't know how to play it. I would have problems because I was trying to play it different ways. I got up to the end in one playthrough, but then I got harassed by some enemies, and at that point, my hero got killed, and I was pissed because I was almost done with the mission. This just wasn't this playthrough. This was a playthrough about a day or 2 ago, and I'm like, okay, I know what to do. But then as I was building, I was trying different approaches. I was like, well, what if I start with this? What if I start with this? What if I don't build buildings right away and use all my gold to build towers right away? Etc., etc. And it turns out that the method I have here is basically the only one that really works. But you do want to upgrade, get some research going on as you're trying to as I was restocking my supply anyway. And see, he's just trying to harass me there, but his initial group is dead, so he doesn't have... He builds these buildings to try and restock his groups, but he doesn't have... He takes some time to build. So he's got another attack wave here, but I've got enough knights and healing to actually take care of it. And I don't give him enough time to rebuild, because at this point I'm thinking, okay, I've got 5 knights. And, okay, there's bats over here, and I've got some archers. You only need a few archers, and they'll take out the bats and the harpies, okay? Or the griffins, or whatever they are. So, they really don't pose much of a threat to me. I mean, they pose a little bit of a threat. But I've got wizard, I've got healing, and they're leveling up too. So, I need to wait for my wizard to actually get healing again, so I kind of hold off on moving forward there. I'm like, okay, just get your mana back. That tower up there gives me good line of sight, so I decided to... Well, I mean, that's why you build it. That's actually good, because in some games, towers on mountains give you greater line of sight, like Total Annihilation, Kingdoms, and stuff. I finally had enough gold there to build the last upgrade for archers. And I'm thinking, I really want that, because it makes sacking their enemy base a lot easier. So, I'm like, okay, we'll just pump out 10 more of each, so I have a home-base defense. Your heroes work, but they don't work as well as they could work. I'm realizing, okay, there's towers over there I'm not prepared to fight yet. So I need to bunch up down here. Maybe heal. I don't really care if I lose a pikeman or 2. I think it was here that I'm thinking, okay, get over here, build a tower here, and healing. I need healing. Oh, but then when they had sacked those mines, I had to reconvert them. And I forgot to do that. That's what that is all about. There we go. Now I got healing. Now he's harassing me. Now he's just being a little troll. Okay, they seem to build a lot faster than I do. My knights do not build as fast as their units, and I'm like, oh, fuck no. You're not building a tower there. See, I'm trying to build a tower to get line of sight. He's trying to harass me by building more towers. That's kind of the fun thing about these RTSs, is that the AI isn't timid. At least not in this game. I've played some RTSs of the 90s where the AI is very timid. This is on normal difficulty. Now, I've actually beat the campaigns on the hardest difficulty, which is fine. But since I'm a little rusty at the game, I kind of just want to do it normal. So I'm like, okay, do I have enough people? So I'm saving it, because you want to save. These type of games encourage you saving often, and in different places too. So I'm like, okay, I have 5 knights, some archers, and some healing. I think it's time to go to the enemy base now. Here I wanted to attack the tower, but at the same time he's got fatties, and the base is just sort of riddled with towers. So you want to let your knights just kind of go apeshit. I know I've got one in the yellow right there. So I'm like, okay, maybe I can heal you. I need to wait for some mana. I've harassed him. It's going to take him a little while to rebuild that crap anyway. So, where's my mana, you know? It's always a battle of mana. And I was going to get a quest there, and I did, but I never completed it. It was to kill an enemy hero. While I kill the enemy hero, I don't do it in that time frame. Right there. Kill the enemy hero, and you'll get my aid. It's like this big Colossus guy. I prefer the missions that just require money. Or crystals or something. So I'm just waiting for mana. But I'm reinforcing my archers and some pikemen to help harass the enemy base, which is good. And there he goes. There's the group healing. I got my knights back. And now it's time to harass. At this point, sometimes I switch the tactics over to aggressive, like right there, just so that they will continue to push forward, because if you don't, keep them on defensives, and your archers will stay back and won't give your knights a lot of support. It only, see, 5 knights can just sack a base. The towers, they have good damage resistance to the towers, and it only takes 2 to really sack the tower. And these knights just cream their base, which is fun. It actually is quite rewarding to see your upgraded knights just sack the ziggurat. That's a fully upgraded ziggurat, by the way. The enemy starts with a lot of stuff that you don't start with. They don't actually have to build up a base. They just have to build units, and they do, but... And I start killing the mines because, well, it stops them from accruing resources, and the only way they can convert mines back is with their hero. And if the hero dies, in most cases the enemy hero respawns, and if you're on Iron Man mode, yours doesn't. I think if you play Iron Man, the enemy's hero will not respawn either. But even if the hero is gone, if a peasant builds a town center, the town center can convert. That's the way to get That's the way to get mines if your hero's dead. If you're playing Iron Man or something. And I don't kill all the mines. I get bored with it real quick. There's the cave you have to get to, but you see, you can't go to the cave. You have to actually go around the river to the bridge. And I'm like, oh, okay, you guys got to go around the bridge here. But then I'm like, okay, well, you got wizards over there. You got lightning. My knights are croaking. So, I think it's time to go back here and heal and recover some of my losses, which works. So, see, the suggestion of the woman was bum rush the cave, and the wizard will help us defeat the Minotaurs. The suggestion of Minos, the hero, is, well, why don't we deal with the Minotaurs first? And the thing is you have to deal with the Minotaurs first, because look, the Minotaurs block the only bridge over to that cave. I don't like those giant Minotaur axes, because they can give the knights a run for their money. As a matter of fact, they're really good at killing knights. So it's quite, and I'm thinking, can I kill this tower even? And I can't. It just, no one has the constitution to survive except knights. So right here I'm thinking, fuck, I have to build 5 knights, because I just lost all 5. The plus side of that was, well, he's lost his major Minotaurs as well, so I start building towers here to keep line of sight. And of course he has peasants, so I'm just going to harass him, be a little bit of a troll for a while, and I got to recover some of my archer losses anyway. I take this opportunity to do some blacksmith upgrades. I call it the foundry. To me it's the same thing, because some RTSs call it that. I think TA Kingdoms call it the foundry, or Warcraft call it the foundry. Anyway, so while I'm waiting for knights, and I lose the quest, of course, because I don't kill the hero in time. It's probably a bad idea to come from that side. It's probably a bad idea to come from the south, like where your base is here. Go straight up. So I'm like, okay, I've got that upgrade. I can get the 3rd market upgrade if I want, and I did. I don't really care at this point. He's building an aviary, a hatchery over there, and my towers actually are enough to really kill these, because that 2nd tower is picking off those guys as well. But to get birds on your side that actually can attack, you have to have an advanced aviary, or whatever it's called. And to get that, you have to have a level 4 palace, or town center, whatever you want to call it. And getting level 4 takes 1,000 gold, and that's really hard to get. So to get flying units that can attack instead of just scout, it requires, I have level 4 right now, but it requires that 1,000 gold, and you usually don't have it. So I usually just ignore flying units, because in order to get them to be a viable option, you have to have level 4. And I don't have level 4. So, whatever, right? Level 4 is too hard to get. It's really hard to beeline as well. In fact, it's nearly impossible to beeline, because you get harassed too much. And now he's coming to troll me again. I've killed most of his production, so he doesn't have a whole lot of troops to send. But he does have those towers up there, which are harassing my knights. So I know I need to sack up north there. And I'm like, okay, well, my wizard's down here. This is funny. This archer down here is just going to town on that. And he stays there for a long time, just going at it. So I'm thinking, okay, any more upgrades to grab? Not really. I don't really need anything else. Don't really need anything else. Yeah, might as well heal yourself. And I don't know, I'm just entertained by him, so I let him sit there and do it. And he's trying to harass me by building in my area. Technically it was his before I showed up, but that's immaterial. Oh, look, now he's stuck. So I'm like, okay, he's basically useless now. You can't hit the delete key and kill units off. This is a little upsetting right here because he kills my wizard. I still have one more wizard, though. I just garrisoned the archer in that tower, and actually that tower then is enough to kill that fatty, see? And then it kills him. So that was actually kind of rewarding. I'm like, and I just leave him in there the rest of the time. I don't care anymore. I'm like, okay, I'll just repair that tower. He knows he doesn't stand a chance now. I'm like, okay, I have one wizard left. I could at this point build a library, and I don't. I don't know why I don't. And that's when I realized, okay, he really is stuck. So the only way to get more peasants is to actually build into the town center. So I'm like, okay, build into the town center. So there's the fatty. Oh, there's his magic, which I'm a little pissed about. But I have 5 knights now. Or 4 knights right now. So I'm thinking, okay, I probably have enough now to sack him. Yeah, right here. My knights decided to go up, and I'm like, you know what? My knights can do that. But I brought the wizard up here, and my knights aren't enough to kill his enemy hero, though. That big minotaur is enough to really destroy my towers, though. So I'm like, okay, healing. Let's wait for one more healing charge and go in, because I've got 5 knights again. And there's some restocking of the troops. All my upgrades are done. So I think it's time to heal. And there you go. So I put my hero up here so we can convert the gold mine. And there we go. We're done. Set everyone to aggressive. And go at it. Yes, he's got magic. It does kill off a lot of my troops, but not my knights. And that's the important thing. And when the knights are leveling up as they attack, and that gives them a little bit more hit points. See, that's the good thing. That knight down there does not die. I was so convinced that he would die from the basilisk, and he didn't. So I know there's towers around here. I'm really worried that knight will croak, and I don't want him to because of the time it takes to build more knights. So I'm thinking, okay, is my wizard ready for healing again? Yeah, see, I'm putting him back. I'm like, please don't get attacked. So I've harassed his base quite enough. Now I'm just waiting for more mana. And there's a fatty, but I've got knights. Only his giant minotaurs are a problem for my knights. Now it's a waiting game again. You got to keep your knights healthy. And I built some knights, just in preparation in case I lose some. But with a level 4 town center, castle, city hall, whatever, you can I built up there for line of sight. You can you have a bigger cap on your population. It's like over 40. So I can actually build a reserve army at that point. There we go. I'm just grinding my fingers at this point, pissed off that I have to wait for the mana to recharge. And, you know, right here is where I wish I had saved. Because the game crashes and I have to start from an earlier save. This is why you always save in case the game crashes. Bingo. Crash. And I was so pissed. No reason for it, just crashed. So, since you saw me sack the base, I didn't sack the base again on camera. I just sacked it one more time, same method as before, and I was wondering, how the hell do I complete the mission? Because I don't really know. I've killed the entire base, and then I said, okay, well, we have to bring her up, because the condition was bring her to the cave. And I know that there's a couple enemy peasants left alive. There were 2 factions on this map, black and red, and so I put everyone on rampage, just so they could find more units and maybe attack them. So everyone's running around doing basically nothing, while I have my hero come up, and I put them on rampage too, just so they can search around for any extra peasants. And she's got to go up there. And this is the cutscene. Sorry I kept it on fast forward. I wasn't expecting visitors. We need your help, noble one. I don't really want to go. Well, please, it's a noble cause. Oh god, how much walking's involved? That's basically the cutscene. I just so hate traveling. My feet hurt. The whole point is you have to get him down here, and this is the biggest boob I made. That foundry that I built blocks the way to complete the mission. And there's his last peasant. There's Black's last peasant. And you know what? I just let that guy go to town on that wall. I don't care anymore. There's a peasant down there that I kill. He's building another fucking ziggurat. I'm like, okay, why don't you build a tower there? And he'll be fine. So, see, I think I'm about ready to win. But for some reason I haven't won yet. Because the condition says bring him to the wagons. And I'm like, okay, well, go over here. Oh shit, you can't go over there. Oh fuck, you're stuck. Oh my god, I'm stuck. What do I do? I had to quit the game in order to figure this out. I had to go look it up. Because you can't delete a building. Some RTSs, if you hit the delete key while selecting a building, it will actually collapse the building for you. Sometimes you can send people to deconstruct a building, like peasants. Sometimes you can physically attack buildings. I had to look up, that lighting glitch just bugs the fuck out of me. I had to look this up. I couldn't figure it out. So eventually, I stopped the game, and I figure out, well, okay, there's a cheat code that says if you go type in the command console, I am a winner, you'll win the mission. It'll be instant victory. And I'm thinking, well, I basically won anyway, so there's no point in cheating. There's no shame in cheating at this point, right? But then I tried to figure out, well, there's got to be some way I can destroy these buildings, and there technically is. There's no delete key. There's no demolish. A lot of RTSs have a demolish key at the bottom right of a building, and you can click on it, it just collapses it. And I'm like, okay, well, how do I do this? I can't figure it out. And everyone's on rampant, you know. I'm like, okay, well, can I delete it? Nope. Can I hit delete? I'm just like tapping delete, you know. It is not working. And I'm getting really, really frustrated. At this point, I quit the game because I had to figure this out. And now that I'm back, I realize that, well, you can manually attack. First, you can type in I am winner. So I'm actually trying to hit T to see about that. And then by accident, I hit A. And A actually lets you attack ground. See, unfortunately, ranged units do 0 damage to buildings when you do that. But ground units, melee units, will attack your buildings. So you can't do it with ranged units, but you can do it with ground units. So as soon as he gets over here, mission done. Bingo. You are victorious. So now this is the victory screen if you care about it. And I didn't click on that hero flashing thing, so I haven't upgraded my hero in a while. And here I'm deciding, well, I have a level 3 archer and a level 5 knight. I think I'll keep those instead. Just because even though I can never use the level 5 knight, he's at 17. Even that female minotaur up there's 12, and I can't use her because she needs 10 command points. But anyway, there's this mission. See you next mission. Thanks for watching.